Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Polkaros Podcast. Hope you have been well. Over the summer holidays, I visited Japan after a 5-year break, and I was very happy to be back because I was able to catch up with a lot of my friends. As some of you may know, I used to live in Japan, and I was there to study and work and I lived there for about 10 years. So Japan has a very special place in my heart. And returning this time, I feel that it was a bit different because after COVID and not being able to connect in person, being able to visit again and meet my friends in person and see Japan in real life was a bit surreal, and I really treasured the moments together. And I'm also very happy to share with you that the next 2 episodes is recorded in Japan with 2 of my good friends. The first one is Kione Kochi, a textile artist based slightly outside of Japan. And the second one is Hiki, who is one of my very good friends, who is now living in Mashiko, and she runs an online store called Ugrisu. So today's episode was recorded in Kione's lovely home studio. She invited me over. She was so kind to even prepare a very lovely Somen summer lunch for us. And I had a lovely time talking to her about her works. And I got to know her work a lot better, actually. It looks beautiful. And after chatting with Kione about her process and seeing her works in person, I have a much deeper appreciation of her works now. I hope you enjoyed this conversation we had together. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Polkaros Podcast. I'm your host, Ross Lee, and today my special guest is Kione. And I'm also very happy to be able to record this podcast in Kione's beautiful home studio that's based slightly out of Tokyo. Hi Kione.
Hi Ross.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, thanks for coming.
Yes, it's such an amazing opportunity to finally be able to meet in person.
Yeah.
Because the first time when we had the chat together, we actually did it on IG Live, where we had a little segment called Coffee Talk.
Yes.
And Kione was so kind to come on and chat with us and share her craft with us. So Kione is a textile artist. I'll let her explain more about her craft to you.
Yeah. So I make patchwork quilts, and patchwork actually refers to where you piece the fabric together, so sew them together to create designs, and quilting is where you have batting, or that could be made of wool or cotton or polyester, something soft, in between 2 layers of fabric, and you stitch them together to hold in place. So patchwork quilts are something that on the front has like many pieces of fabric and is quilted with batting in between.
Mm-hmm. How did you start your craft journey? Like, how did you encounter this form of craft?
I'm not quite sure when I first encountered it, but I feel like this is maybe a Japanese thing. There are a lot of like craft books,
yes,
instructional books,
yes.
like artists put out these very detailed how-to guides, and I really loved them growing up, and I would like borrow them from the library, and patchwork was one of the crafts that I tried out when I was in like elementary school or something.
So you started making your own quilt little items before going full time, kind of?
Yes. Kind of playing around as a kid. Mm-hmm.
So when did you decide to like make this like your main craft?
When did I decide? I think I was doing it in college, and then I was also doing it after I graduated alongside my work at universities, and I was kind of trying to keep this art practice going even when I had more of an office job.
Oh, okay. So like would you like to share with us a bit like before like you decided to go full time? Was there any were you working with anything related to craft or?
Yeah, so I had 2 positions in universities before, and one was with working with students in an art school, and then I wouldn't say that was like directly connected to crafts, but definitely in the arts.